Here is what you probably don't know about chess opening. A long time ago, there was this chess player, Samuel Reshevsky, and he wrote a book called The Art of Positional Play. He was an 8-time US chess champion, and in this book, he outlined key ideas about the opening part of the game. I'm sure that you're familiar with the 3 golden rules of the opening. As you all know, control the center, develop your pieces, and get your king safe. But what are we actually identifying as a problem in the opening? And that is the idea of space. Every single system that black has in terms of openings, or white trying to beat black, all deal with the problem of space. What I want to emphasize from this is that whatever opening you choose, know that you are either attempting to nullify white's space advantage in the opening, or you are willing to take a space disadvantage to be able to solve those problems later. Let's take a look at all of the openings that black can play against e4 or d4. We'll start with the openings which lack space. After e4, e6, the French, d4, d5, white can play the move e5, grabbing space in the center. If black plays c6, the Caro-Kann, we have d4, d5, e5. Both of these openings against e4 say to white, go ahead, grab your space advantage, and I'm going to have a very, very solid position that will be close to unbreakable, and you will not be able to beat me. On the other hand, black can try to solve these problems immediately, but at a cost. Black can play e5, trying to equalize white's center control and further space, not allowing white to push this pawn, but at the cost of weakening certain diagonals and weakening certain squares, as well as keeping the position open, meaning that white's one move advantage is going to, most of the time, be successful in keeping the advantage out of the opening. If black plays the move pawn c5, black is taking the game on the other side of the board, but at the same time trying to nullify white's space advantage. If black plays these other moves like d6, g6, white can go ahead and build a huge pawn center and later advance the pawns further, grabbing space. Now let's take a look at d4 openings. Against d4, black can nullify white's space advantage or attempt to grab space in the opening with the move d5, and there are other systems that black can play which allows white to get a clear space advantage in the opening in order to later break it down. After knight f6, c4 for example, black can play systems like the King's Indian with bishop g7 and castles, or systems with c5 heading into the Banco or Benoni, or e6 again heading into the Benoni structure, or trying to play for d5, stopping white from grabbing a space advantage. So what I want to share with you is that whatever opening you choose as black, recognize that you are willingly either challenging white from the perspective of, I'm going to challenge your space advantage during this game, and I'm going to get my own play. That's with either e5 or c5, or I'm going to be unbreakable. I'm going to play the French and be unbreakable, or I'm going to play the Caro-Kann and be unbreakable, or these other systems where I'm going to give you all the space that you want and later break it down. Now when you're playing the opening, you can understand the perspective of what problems you're aiming to solve out of the opening part of the game.